Sean here, Wahoo Warrior. Going to do a battle report. It's going to be 1,000 points Russian versus my British list. So we're going to go over the army list real quick. Introduce yourself.
My name is Steve Boley. Me and the Commissar are ready to come back and wreak revenge on the British this time.
Yes, after our first game, this will be our second match together, and we've been looking forward to it. And it's going to be Russian, so if you could go over that for me, because I'm not super familiar with them.
This is a senior lieutenant, and experienced. Then we have a regular guard with 2 light machine guns and a Panzerfaust. A veteran squad with 2 Panzerfausts, all carrying rifles. Then I have my free 12-man squad. I have another 8-man squad of veterans. I have my medium mortar with a spotter. I have a sniper team.
Are they inexperienced again? Mortar team?
These are inexperienced.
No, you're mortar.
These guys are regular. Veteran. I have another squad of veterans like this.
Right.
The mortar is inexperienced. Snipers are regular.
Right. The
divisional gun is a regular.
And that is a light howitzer medium anti-tank gun?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have BA-20. This is not a BA-10.
Okay.
It's
not your grandmother's BA.
No.
Okay.
This is the BA-20 only has 4 sets of wheels, but they don't make a model.
Okay.
It is armored car, has recce roll, but instead of any kind of machine guns or anything, it has a flamethrower.
Oh, nice.
And then, of course, the KV-2.
Oh, okay, what's that do again?
KV-2 has slow traverse. Its armor value is 9.
So slow traverse is you can't take an action until somebody else on your team has taken an action? Or is that something
correct.
else? Okay.
That is
right?
correct. Slow traverse as it's didn't turn it up. That's fine.
But basically,
yes.
Got it. Something else on your team has to go first.
Correct. It cannot be the first activated unit on your unit team.
Gotcha. And a heavy howitzer.
It has a heavy howitzer.
9 armor.
9 armor.
All the way around, or
no,
still
it's
got
standard.
Okay.
It doesn't have the armor all the way around. Hull mounted machine gun.
Okay.
And coaxial machine gun. And then a turret rear turret mounted machine gun.
Okay, which is kind of a Russian specialty.
Yeah, keep those pesky infantry off of them.
I'm going to go over my list. They're all in the box still right now, but I don't know. This is the same exact list that I ran in the last game. It's a mob here, but it's 2 9-man regular infantry squads, all rifles, everything. I have the rapid rifle rule for my army, so for every 3 rifles shooting, I get a bonus rifle shot. I've got 2 9-mans. I've got 4 6-man squads of regular infantry, 2 6-man commando squads with rifles. I've got the 25-pounders. I did get mine in the mail, but I haven't had a chance to put the actual 25-pounders. So these are the 25-pounders. So it's a light howitzer / light anti-tank gun, and a heavy mortar, inexperienced, and got 2 Piat teams. And that's about it. 2 Piat teams, and I have 2 second lieutenants in regular. Everything is regular except for my mortar is inexperienced. And I've got spotters for this, and this. Any questions on that? No? This is going to be our battlefield today. Just a quick overview. We only have 1 building, so inside that you get the hard to kill 6 up to kill you. Everything else is either a ruined building. This little trench work would be rough. Does that sound right? Rough terrain. Hard cover. Woods we described. No wheat fields today. Doesn't look like. Woods are rough. And then everything else is pretty self-explanatory to me.
Impassable vehicles.
Okay.
Soft cover.
Soft cover for infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then roads, we know what they do. Bridge, no special rules other than it does provide, I guess, hard cover if you're firing across it this way, or using the edges as a rock wall. Alright, so I guess we're going to roll up a scenario and see what we're doing. Okay, for a scenario we decided to use, basically it's going to be maximum attrition, but we placed 3 tokens in the center. This is something that we've been toying around with. Basically each token adds +1, basically like you scored a point, like you scored a unit. So everything is going to be moving on either first wave or reserves. I've only kept my 2 commandos in reserve. Have one going on the left and one coming on the right. And then so I moved that unit in. Then I moved this unit in. So these max attritions, this first scenario is basically just a lot of moving in. We also placed some forward observers and some snipers down. He's got a sniper, I don't. That's my light mortar team. So I'm pulling some dice here, moving some guys up in the middle. Move these guys in on a run order. And you see a nice lane of fire there. It's going to cost me later. This is a lieutenant, I believe. He moves on my right side, the unit of veteran infantry, and that's this better picture where they're at. There's you get a perspective. And I move my other 9-man unit in here. So I'm kind of just keeping to the left and center with all my stuff, trying to spread them out, but not all the way across the board. That's his mortar comes in. There's my mortar comes in. And then he's got I believe that's a regular infantry section. He's got 2 veteran, or one. Yeah, that's his veteran. One on the right, one on the left. That's just a lieutenant, looks like. And his inexperienced infantry unit that he gets for free. And then there's his sniper up there. Forget what he shoots at, if anything. Oh, he went into Overwatch, or ambush. I can't call it Overwatch, but ambush. Then he's a 6-man squad there. And then that's his lieutenant. And then his divisional gun moves in. And then a regular infantry unit. And there's my other lieutenant. That first one I showed was my observer, actually. So I got a lieutenant there and a lieutenant kind of on the right. And I keep my commandos in reserve. I got one going on the left and one coming up on the right. That's my other commando. And then that's my one of my Piat teams, because I don't know where his tank's going to go. We got one kind of on the right, one on the left. And now there's his tank. And this is where I start cursing myself for my impetuousness. I'm just moving things in rapidly, and I'm running a lot of stuff. I'm not paying attention to the fields of lanes of fire, because in my mind I'm thinking everything's got to move in this turn. There's not really a big threat. So I could have on the left hand side gone a little slower, made sure my guys weren't visible, but I moved that 9-man squad. I ran them up there. He needed a 5 to hit, and sure as hell he rolled a 5. So that's a heavy howitzer on that bad boy. And yeah, they're destroyed. They can't go down because they were running. See, I could have been more patient and used that woods. So yeah, I moved my artillery gun in there. And he brings his armored car thing, which has a flamethrower in it there. And looks like I move a Piat team up there on the left, and bring my other gun in here. So now I'm just thinking, well, crap, if I can keep that tank cordoned off on the left-hand side, I can start maybe going towards the center or the middle. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything that's come in. So we're going to go to a quick video. Alright, that's the end of turn 1. First, we're basically just moving on board. My first wave, I only kept my commandos in reserve. The heavy howitzer tank comes in and vaporizes that unit, needing a 5 to hit. Wasn't unhittable, but that's what happens when you can't go down. If I could have gone down, it would have been a lot better for me. But I was in the middle of running, and other than that, I like this scenario. I like all these little units. See how they start to do in combat. They got to be careful. He's got veterans, but the Russian deployment is nice and even. A little loaded on the side over here by the building, but that's kind of what I was starting to do as well. And then I kind of started thinking I'd change tactics. But what are you thinking over there, Rushkin?
love the KV2.
Yes. I will have to freak kill it. I'm going to be attempting a artillery strike, so we're going to go the third time ever. Hopefully, supposedly the third time's a charm, that's what they say. Other than that, we're going to get to turn 2. So my artillery fails to come in. Would have been kind of a nice spot. I move it over a little bit, and his veterans run into this building, which is kind of the building I was heading for, which is why I wasted my squad to that heavy howitzer. And his veterans just kind of advance up through the woods there. His field gun fires. I believe he fired direct at somebody, but he missed. I move these guys up, and I move these guys into this little trench works, kind of advance them in there. I believe I put a couple of shots towards his veterans, yeah, over there, but I don't think I get a pin this turn. So, yeah, so I start firing my mortar, and I fire at his, I believe it's one of his infantry units in the center, or maybe not, maybe I fire at them, but I see I get a 1 miss. And these guys just kind of advance up. They're not very smart play right there. These guys advance to there, trying to get some fields of fire. We got to try to cut off some of his guys. He activates his ambush and fires his sniper. And I think he hits, but he fails to kill anybody. His inexperienced squad comes up to that back of that hill there, and they can see these guys, and he managed to, yeah, his sniper put a pin on him, and then they hit and put a pin and kill the guy. I fire this boy at the inexperienced indirectly, and I roll a 6. So I got them targeted in, so that's nice. I don't kill very much though. I get 2 guys, I believe just 2. I think 1 fell over, but I get the pin on them. Now I've got 2 ups to hit them. My light mortar does a fire order, and he's firing at these guys in this little building over here, and misses. With a 3, missed on 3. So light mortar, And my Piat team moves over here to kind of cover the right side from his armored car, and I run up to that building there. And my lieutenant moves up there to try to help that beleaguered squad. His mortar takes aim and fires at my gun that just zeroed in on those guys, and misses this turn. And that is my forward observer. I think I just moved him a little bit, so if I have to reposition that, I can see a little better. And he's just put some fire on my squad. Yeah, it kills 2. They're just kind of, I left them hanging out to dry there. Not very good placement. I moved my 9-man squad up there next to the Piat team, and move my 6-man squad to the right. And that's just a lieutenant supporting all my infantry squads. That's his lieutenant. He's actually underneath that structure. He runs up there. His tank comes over, starts driving over, and he fires at these guys here, and fortunately misses this turn. And my Piat team, I don't know what to do with them, so I'm trying to just, that squad on the left is a pain in the ass, but and then my commandos are just going down because he's going to come in turn 3. Now this guy comes around here, and that's where we run into a little bit of a rule problem. I know I'm 99% sure that the vehicle flamethrowers got FAQ to 12 inches. We couldn't find it, so we just fired since they were at 18, and he fired and he kills the Piat team. That actually turns out to be a big deal. We do end up finding it later, but by around turn 3. I didn't have it in my printout, and we couldn't find the book that's kept at the store. But yeah, that's pretty huge, because I could have put my Piat team in ambush, and then if that vehicle would have come within 12 inches, I could have fired at it and forced it to recce back, or risk it. But now that we had fired at an 18-inch range, I'm pretty much screwed on that side. But that's that.
The thing is, if you do, you get a +1 to damage.
Yeah. Alright, that's the end of turn 2. The British are kind of caught in no man's land due to my poor generaling. I actually pulled a lot of dice early that time, so I started moving some stuff out. I wasn't really thinking a turn ahead. And then I did only get a bit of good luck here. I did zero in on that one scar with my Howitzer. Probably hitting that. This little dude comes out here, and it's a Flamethrower, which I totally forgot about, even though he totally explained it to me. And we had to stop and look at some rules as far as I thought there was an FAQ on the length of the vehicle Flamethrower, but we could not find it. So we went as is, and he was right at 18 inches and fried my Piat team. Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of anything to take that out, because that's enclosed too. So it's just like an enclosed vehicle. And yeah, so got a lot of units here still. So he's ahead by killing some stuff, but hopefully I can start putting some focus fire on some units and start neutralizing them. Got a big problem with that big boy back there though. And then this Flamethrower here almost ran out of fuel, rolled at 2. But what are you thinking on the Russian side?
Well, I'm doing a lot better than last time. The Commissar definitely taught these guys how to shoot.
So far, so good, yeah. And I'm not doing myself any favors. I feel like I'm half a turn behind with like what I'm doing. I'm gonna be like, oh, what did I do that for? But it's a new army for me, so I'm still kind of figure out how it works. I'm not used to having my own like things being in my own way a lot of times, so I have to like move things. Like I had to move that squad mainly just so I could fire this, and then I didn't even choose a very good target for that. So we'll see. Haven't given up hope. Still a lot of turns to play, so we're gonna go to turn 3. So a bit of good luck at the beginning. I rolled a 6 with my artillery bombardment, and I hit this unit, and I actually destroy them, even though they go down. These guys take 1 pin, and the tank takes 1 pin. You know, at least it's a pin. Hopefully it'll fail some checks. Yeah, and then here I get blasted by the flame. Oh, what did that? Flamethrower? Yeah, Flamethrower hit them. Again, we were at 18 inches there, but you know, he could have moved to within 12. Well, it's not like he couldn't have moved closer, but yeah, at 12 inches he could have roasted them, and they failed their morale check. And then another bit of bad luck, needing 2s to hit that unit. I roll a 1, so don't hit that unit. Here my Piat team kind of moves up. They're kind of heading towards the right now to try to maybe deal with that armored car. I put this in ambush, try to keep that tank from just driving across without me at least getting a shot at it. This guy fires at them apparently, and hits as a direct shot. These guys got a pin on them. They got an advance order. They're trying to work on those inexperienced guys, and I'm just running this unit away from that armed Flamethrower since I can't do anything to deal with it. The Mortar, I believe, just changes targets and starts firing at the armored car, hoping for luck if I can get a 6. Since it's already activated this turn, maybe I get a 6 this turn and maybe a 5 the next turn. His mortar fires and hits my gun that's zeroed on the inexperienced, and he puts 2 pins on there and kills 1 guy. This is my lieutenant. He's moving up here, trying to keep those guys ahead of him. Here his tank does fail his check, so that was fortunate, and he has to move backward, so he backs up, keep him out of the fight a little bit, just from that artillery pin. And Here is a sniper takes a shot at that squad that's kind of creeping up on his inexperienced squad, and he gets a hit and kills the NCO. Then this squad here fails to activate. You know, they're trying to get them into some kind of cover, get out of line of fire, but they fail, so they just go down. My light mortar shoots at that unit again, misses with a 1. There's my lieutenant. He's just trying to stay away from that flamethrower vehicle. He starts shooting with that squad there. Doesn't have a lot of shots since there's only a door and a window, but I think he fires at them. Since they're down, they actually fortunately don't take another pin. Oh wait, yes they do. They get hit and 2 guys die. So 4 shots, 2 guys die. That's bad. So I spoke too soon. And they fail their check, and they're destroyed. Even though the lieutenant's like right there behind that window. So they're destroyed. Bring a commandos team on. Turn 3. So I come to there. It's kind of a risk. I'm going to be going. I need to come in. I need to hopefully pull a dice first before they get vaporized by that cannon, by that tank, or shot up. These guys failed to come in. They were trying to come in on the right. They failed their check of needing a 10. This guy's still in ambush. And I don't know what that is. And I think it was his lieutenant heading over to the tank. And here's his veterans in the woods. They come up here. They don't really have much to shoot at, so they go ahead and fire a few shots at this observer, which I should have probably ran back behind the woods. And he needed 6s to hit, or I think, but he still killed them. So. Alright, that ends turn 3. On the British side, I was able to have 1 commando unit come in. The other one failed on the other side. It might be a little. I need to go. It's getting to that turn 3, turn 4 where all the order dice seem super important, because these guys are standing basically in the same line of fire that the other squad was vaporized in. I need to do something with them. I was hoping to get his lieutenant there with a overwatch or ambush shot. That would have been nice, but wasn't able to do that. And other than that, I mean, he rolled really good with that, needing 8s to hit or 7s, but you know, it was just it was dice I was planning to just run back and try to preserve, but it gave him 1 more bonus dice. And then yeah, in the middle here we're looking pretty sparse as far as infantry. I gotta really establish. I gotta kill these 2 infantry units and try to start scoring some of them back one. What are you thinking over on the Russian side?
Our commissar has trained these guys right. They've got the British on the run.
Yeah, it's. I need to start scoring some points here pretty soon. It was nice that your KV failed order check. Hopefully you can keep doing that for the rest of the game. I can't really do much with this. See, that's the thing where these dice are starting so important. I can try to hit it with the mortar again on a 5. But then I'm hoping that I don't leave somebody left hanging out to dry, like this infantry squad here, or the infantry squad there. Yeah, it starts to get critical. So we're going to go to turn 4 and see if the British can get some more luck and make something happen. I pull the first dice and I go ahead and go for it. Got a 6-man commando squad. I'm going to hit that building. So they go running in. We both need, go at the same time. We both need 5s or 6s. As you can see, I killed 2 and he kills a bunch of me. He wins, so I'm dead. That was unfortunate. That was brutal. Here's Mortar is already zeroed in on this dude, so he's pounding it again, and he's able to, if not finish it off, just about. And then, yeah, it's down to 1 guy left. So I do fire at them again, and he's down. Didn't take much damage to a pin, I think. And yeah, he's just wailing away on these guys. They're kind of stuck out there. And I didn't really have much of a plan this game, and it's really showing. My guys are just all over the place, getting shot up. These guys are just one semblance of an entire unit. They're firing at those veterans, but you know, needing 6s to wound them. I think maybe I get a pin on there. Mortar is firing at the armored car, I believe. And I roll a 1 and miss, needing 5 to hit this turn. That's like my hope that I can knock that thing out. Yeah, these guys have all just ran back here away from that. so hopefully maybe one of my guns can turn fired if I need to. But this mortar's firing, misses with 2. This thing fires. I think it was an ambush, and it must have fired at his lieutenant that had ran across, I think. And this looks like it's deceased, or it fails its order check. So yeah, that lieutenant had ran across, so I activated my amp. Would have been nice to blow him up on his way over. Went to go help the tank out. These guys are getting, I believe, fired at by the veterans up there. There's the veterans. Yes, they're firing. Since they do have 2 pins, that's a little. They had 2, now they have 1. Or no, they have 1. I don't know. Anyway, these guys are, I think, failed. Here's his tank. It's back in action, coming around, and you can see these guys. And fortunately, he misses. Made them gone. My light mortar takes some hits from long-range machine gun fire from it, though, so it takes a pin and nobody dies. And then I foobar with this unit, so they just run to the back of the board. And oh, he looks like he passed his check and fired at them, so I had that a little mixed up. He fires at them, and he's able to put a pin on. And these guys, since they couldn't run away, his wrecky flamethrower dude comes over there and wrecks face with them and kills that unit. So, yep, flamethrower, wrecky vehicle, bad news, wheeled, 12-inch move. And there's my other Piat team that has been kind of working its way over, trying to help out. And there's just a lieutenant. He goes down. He's trying to stay in that command bubble of that unit that's been getting obliterated. And there, my commandos on the right come in. Okay, that's the end of turn 4, and continuing of the bloodbath here. My commandos died brilliantly. Only killed 2 guys, even though we were even up 12 attacks, needing 5s. This guy failed to shoot because of all the huge damage they're taking. Other than that, it's just kind of, I had a foobar and scuttled towards the end of the board. He came up and flame torch. Oh, need to roll, see if that runs out. Roll 1. Oh. So that is not out of fuel. It's just raping the entire side of my army here. I got my other commando team in, but yeah, again, might be a little too late. But hopefully, this inexperienced unit here has just been sitting here, not passing order checks, and I can't finish him off, even though I got a 2 on the very first shot at him right there, and or a hit, needing a 2. Pin down, pin down. This is pointless shooting here, but it's not good. It's very frustrating. But whatever, that's what it is, how you learn how to play an army. So I probably should have consolidated my forces more in one spot, so I spread them all the way across the board. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I really like that BA-20.
Yeah, no kidding. And you haven't even really had to recce it out of the harm's way. I haven't even had anything to shoot at it. So yeah, we were kind of talking when we looked up the FAQ that it only has a 12-inch range, and the only thing that could have possibly done was I could have fended it off with maybe some ambush orders with a Piat or something, where you would have had to come into my range. So that would have been about the only thing in effect where it actually just torched the Piat. Yeah, because you didn't have enough move to shoot it that turn. So the next turn I would have made your infantry have to clear my Piat out, or you just risk it, because Piats aren't very accurate. But other than that, yeah, it's just a flamethrower fest over here. So now I know how it feels like when people face my pioneers and I hop out of a half track and just let them have it. So it's a little flamethrower retaliation. All right, so we're going to go to turn 5 and see if I can kill something. That'd be great. So yeah, we got the British are getting pounded still. So he fires this guy, only needing a 2, which that was pretty much just. So he destroys the gun. So that's destroyed, or at least all the crew are dead. My Piat team moves up and shoots at that recce vehicle just to drive it back and make it put a down order on it. So at least that's back and out of killing all the rest of my stuff back there. His field gun shoots, and I believe he misses. These guys try to activate them, and they start. I think they fail their check. Here, my other gun fires indirect on them, and actually able to score hit. So yeah, that's their fail. They roll a 10, so they're trying to go somewhere and they're down. These guys go ahead and attack these guys that were in ambush. So he kills one on the way in. We get into close combat. I got to go first, and he's able to kill another one or two, and I'm able to win the combat. So that's good news for me. Finally, something on the British side. The commandos kill them off, and I roll a 6 for my consolidation. So I would just go all the way to the other side of the woods. I got to score dice because he's way up at this point. These guys missed with the shot against that veteran infantry. I think they're on 3s now. And my mortar just goes ahead and fires again at that armored car. I'm just trying to chase it around, trying to shoot at that. Needing a 6, then I'll need a 5 the next turn. So it looks like I miss on there. This thing fires at somebody. I think, yeah, it's needing 2s now because I scored a hit. So it fires at these guys again. They're down. So I'm still just kind of trying to put pins on there. These guys actually rally. So I rally that unit. They still got a dead NCO, but I pull all the pins off there. His veteran infantry moves into this building because there's that token there. So he's going to try to capture that. Looks like my lieutenant did a run order. His lieutenant comes running over this way. And my other lieutenant advances. I think I sprayed a couple submachine gun shots at those veteran infantry. They do get a pin on them. And then his sniper takes a shot, and he's trying to shoot these commandos over here. He is able to kill one and knock out the NCO. So yeah, and that's it. Okay, that's end of turn 5. British didn't really have a lot going on. Their one sizable unit failed to order check with only 1 pin on it. Got a rally here, but you know, it's like a little too late. I did hit with my light howitzer on the inexperienced squad. Other than that, I guess the commandos did a pretty good job. Charging in the face of rifles, was able to win against veterans. I got a nice overrun before their NCO got picked off by a sniper. Yeah, it's like I don't have a lot of stuff left alive, so I'm just doing what I can. So Russians are in a pretty good spot. What are you thinking over there?
I think the inexperienced squad is drinking their vodka again.
Well, they've been pretty happy behind that wall because they haven't been getting hit by anything. I finally got them zeroed in again, so maybe I can do some damage. But yeah, so it's final turns, and I don't know if I didn't really explain in the opening video. We're doing kind of a trial run, basically a max attrition, and we put these tokens in the middle. And this one, they're worth 1 point extra, so basically they count as 1 order dice if you control it per the normal rules for controlling an objective at the end of the game. I thought about doing 2 points, but since it's the first time we're doing it, we're doing 1 point. Because the maximum attrition to me is a little bit boring. It kind of, I think it promotes long distance shooting, where you put those objectives in the middle and it kind of prompts try to get some bonus points. And I think it's something maybe you'd see in a tournament too, but they might be worth 2 points each or something, or maybe 2 for the center and 1 for the outsides, and that would promote people trying to get those extra points, or maybe as bonus points in a scenario even where you have a win-loss draw, but you can get bonus ones. I've never run a bolt action or been in a bolt action tournament, but we're just trying a little twist of it. We're not trying to overhaul the entire game with a scenario, just add a little twist to make it a little more interesting. So far, hasn't really come into play because I haven't been able to. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I think early on I was thinking about the objectives and I moved in a lot of vulnerable positions. So I reversed it, which I do in tournaments sometimes, is I think about the objectives too much and my guys just get mowed down. But anyway, we're going to go to turn 6 and see if anything can happen there. So I go ahead and run at that gun. He does his reactionary fire. Since I think he needs a 3 and he misses, so I'm able to go first and I kill 3 of the 4 crewmen and I win that combat. Consolidate towards his mortar. This guy is firing at the inexperienced still. He doesn't go down because we think it's going to be like the last turn of the game. So he's trying to keep that unit up, and I'm able to kill a few of them. My Piat team looks like they're just advancing. Yeah, they do advance, and needing a 6 to hit. He didn't recce because he didn't want to go down. He wanted to have the flamethrower to roast something, and I actually hit and I kill it. Yay! These guys just, I think, fire at the no, they charge. That's right. They run at it and they charge it. He gets to go at the same time as me since we're defending a wall. He rolls 3 dead guys, and I roll like poorly, and I kill 2. I only need 3s, but he wins the combat. He took more than 50%, so he took a check and he failed. So we kind of killed each other. My mortar, I don't know what to do. You just hope for a kill something with a dice. So I think I fired a sniper. If I can, score a hit, then I can pick up a dice. These guys really screwed me again by failing another order check with a lieutenant. Close by. Normally they're a 9, so it'd be 8 with a pin back to a 9. I roll a 10. They kind of screwed me. This lieutenant just runs out to capture the center token. The game ends this turn. His lieutenant, I think, moves up behind that wall there, and he's trying to pepper a few shots at these guys here. I think with the sniper, and it's like a turn 6 run. I think he missed. So that's good. And then he kills my attendant with his couple shots from his veteran unit. His mortar starts firing. Yeah, so I'm just hoping at. Actually, I need a turn 7 so my commandos can try to kill another dice. But on the other hand, I got a couple small units of just hardly anything out there too. So it's getting pretty close. So run that guy onto that token. I don't know if I'll own it or if it'll be contested, but whatever. It's a little too late. Okay, that's the end of turn 6. And I had some fortunate events in that I didn't get obliterated by anything. That was always a good thing. My team back there made it to the gun. They avoided getting hit. Thanks to the sniper killing a guy actually made me a small unit with 2 guys left. And otherwise you would have vaporized them before they got there. And then other than that, just doing some desperation stuff more than anything. I killed the armored car this turn? Yeah, the armored car. God, it seems like forever ago. I needed a 6 to hit it, so he just kind of held fast, and I scored the 6, and then I hit it, over penetrated it, and was able to knock it out and kill it. A little too late, since it killed most of my center, but at least it's gone. If it goes to turn 7, I might be able to capture another objective. Other than that, I kind of put my lieutenant out to dry over here. Let's see what happens there. But if you want to roll a dice, and we'll see if it goes. So a 4, 5, or 6? No, it ends then, right? Alright, so a 1, it ends. We can go ahead and tally up, but I'm pretty sure I got creamed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You killed 8.
You killed 5.
Okay, so I killed 8, or you killed 8, and I killed 5. And then I have 1, 2 are the objectives.
Or is this contested?
Well, I don't know. That's why I ran on top of it. I thought
I'll give it to you.
Well, I mean, you still are up by 1,
Yeah.
but well, with those, it made it a little closer.
Well, actually, if we would have gone to another turn,
Yeah.
you're just going to start peeling here, and I would have been doing desperation moves, and
Well,
I was going to be
well,
back.
yeah. If it went one more turn, they could have killed a unit there. So that'd be 1. Don't know if you would have killed. I probably would have assaulted the mortar just to avoid the defensive fire. Then you could have maybe sniped. And then I could have captured this one there, but then that one would have been gone away. Yeah, you would have. Unless, yeah, I don't see how I could have got that. Since these guys have been failing mortar checks every time, I wasn't able to get them in a better position. But I can't run out of this because it's rough trenches, and I can only go 6 inches on an assault. So if they could have got out in the last 2 turns, then maybe we could have, you know, gone contested that. So it's like an 8 to 7. So yeah, I mean, I was getting mauled. I had a lot of stuff barely alive, but it was a good game. I had some crazy lucky dice rolling ish kind of. I think the law of averages, it started swinging back right when I needed it to even make it that close, because by turn 4 I was like wah wah. So what do you think? I think the star of your team would be your flamethrower, Recce?
Yeah, and I got to remember, if it can Recce move, always Recce move.
If it can Recce, always Recce. Your tank came in like a superstar, and then fortunately it failed a check, and then after that it was kind of limited. We rolled 5 for 3 turns in a row, firing at them needing a 6. Yeah, but yeah, don't want to be standing in the open when that thing fires at you, for sure. And don't want to not be able to go down. Yeah, if I could have managed the flamethrower tank a little bit, if I would have gave it more respect, I think I could have limited its damage. Anyway, but it was a fun game. Enjoyed it. Board looks nice. I like that the points kind of came back my way a little bit. Made me feel like I was still playing for something. You know,
Exactly.
It's like it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
That's the best thing about this game. It doesn't matter how bad you are right now, you can still, you can always come back. Because all of a sudden, my entire left flank just went thunk.
Yep, I think I'm gonna be playing Germans tomorrow, but other than that, I might fiddle with the British list. I need to get it painted. That's what I need. Maybe whittle down some of the units and make them veteran and get those painted, just to encourage myself to start painting. But other than that, had a fun game. So good game.
Awesome.
Congratulations. And maybe back here. I will be back here tomorrow to play another game with my Germans. Thanks for watching. I want to take a moment. Steve, if I was thinking, if I'm narrating this report, it sounds like I'm half into it. It's only because I had a really long week, and it went on and on and on and on and on. But I'm finally getting to it, and I kind of forgot some of the details. But Steve was a super great opponent. He's a great guy. If you're ever in Lincoln at the Gauntlet Games, get with him. Check out Eastern Nebraska Bolt Action Eastern Nebraska, and find him on there and set up a game, because he's a great opponent. He got the big win on this. I want to take a minute. These are some of the miniatures that Steve has painted up. He does some commission work. I think his calendar is full right now, but maybe if you beg and borrow and steal and whittle your way, maybe you can set up an appointment for him to paint some of your stuff. He didn't ask me to advertise for him. I was so impressed with some of these miniatures that he's painted up for actually the owner of the store there, that I needed to take some pictures and kind of show some of his skill. He's one of the guys who his armies never really painted, and he's always painted somebody else's armies. If you saw some of the pictures of his inexperienced Russian squad, the only squad painted there, they look great. These are some British airborne stuff that he's done up, and they look really good. My picture taking isn't always the best, but I just picked a few of the miniatures off the top of the case. I didn't even look for the best painted ones or anything. I just was grabbing some because I was so impressed. Look at some of these, and he's modeled them basically magnetized. Got a magnet drilled in there so you can remove the remove the guys as casualties, which is a nice little bonus extra. Here's some German guys. I think they're the I don't know what they are. They're the like SS or veterans or Volksgrenadiers, whatever. Great. He's even got the rank insignias on there for him. He's got a nice like a fall basing. He's got like camouflage that matches. They look really good. And then blurry pictures, but unfortunately, because I'm kind of in a hurry, I was taking pictures, and I probably didn't change my camera settings to, which is unfortunate because he's got the arm patches on there. Super detailed. He's even got rank insignia stuff on their collars. They look great. So just wanted to take a minute to show some of his work. But all right, well, thanks for watching the battle report, and I got a German one I need to put together. Thanks for watching.